Starts right now.
The rain has mostly come to an end, but few showers linger closer to the Rio Grande. That will be ending within an hour or so. We're going to talk about how much rain fell and where, when triple digits return, and a few more chances of rain in the forecast.
While San Antonio got some much needed rain thanks to Tropical Storm Harold, the wind that came with it is how one fire this afternoon spread to several neighboring homes. How the families affected are dealing with the damage.
And we're so excited for this year's KSAT Pigskin Classic, including one super fan who lives out of town. Why he's coming all the way up from Houston to watch his team play under the bright lights of the Alamodome. But first,
winds from Tropical Storm Harold are to blame for a fire spreading to 4 buildings just west of downtown.
now, San Antonio fire crews got the fire under control in about an hour. The rain certainly helped, but the night team's Patty Santos tells us that several families tonight are left without a home.
Fast. It burned fast.
Maria Lozano, her husband, and his mother ran out of their apartment after smoke from a building next door filled their unit. San Antonio fire crews say swirling winds spread the fire from a vacant building on Buena Vista and South Pinto Street to neighboring homes.
And the swirling winds created by the Tropical Storm Harold pushed the fire into buildings on all 3 sides of the original fire structure.
It took crews an hour to get it under control.
The wind changed direction 3 or 4 times in the first 10 minutes that we were here.
In the rain, families watched as their homes burned to the ground. For the Lozanos, it was their second fire to take their home.
We were homeless for a couple of months, but then we found out about Heaven for Hope. We went there and we stayed there and they helped us there.
They managed to get their personal belongings in backpacks. Now they will have to start over again.
This is my second time, but I need to be strong. Like my mom used to do, we have to be strong and keep going.
Here's the thing. Those buildings were not considered safe, so they were demolished.
Yeah, crews still trying to figure out what sparked that fire tonight. However, fire officials say they are dealing with vagrants in that area.
And we still have a few showers, as I showed you on the radar, especially along the Rio Grande, but nothing left over around San Antonio other than a few little sprinkles. This activity is going to be highly isolated for the rest of the night. Generally speaking, we're going to be drying out here. There is another opportunity for rain, actually a few more in the forecast. We'll talk about that and how much rain has fallen and break from our triple digits very briefly. I'll talk about that in a bit.
All right, Adam, thank you. Now, new on the Night Beat tonight, an arrest in a double murder in Atascosa County. Jourdanton police identified 21-year-old Samuel Ponce as the suspect in the deadly shootings from Monday morning. Now, investigators say that Ponce shot 23-year-old Jorge Rosa in Jourdanton just before 2 a.m. And then 25 minutes later, police say that he shot 18-year-old Ross Cruz Jr. in Pleasanton. Now, Jourdanton police say the motive appears to be drug-related. They arrested Ponce on weapons and possession charges yesterday afternoon during a traffic stop. So now he's being held on a $2 million bond for the murder charges. And we are expecting updates on the investigation from both Jourdanton and Pleasanton police tomorrow.
Bexar County's property tax rate will not change under its proposed $2.95 billion budget. Commissioners heard the proposal for the 2023-24 fiscal year today. The budget includes plans for employee pay raises as well as funding for 55 capital improvement projects such as flood control improvements and a new community park. The county also plans to add more staff for public safety. The proposal calls for 50 law enforcement positions and 16 deputy constable positions. Commissioners will vote on the budget early next month.
An elementary school student fired a gun inside of a Seguin school bus this morning, and police are still trying to figure out how it happened. Police in Seguin say the student pulled the trigger as the bus was entering the parking lot at Jefferson Elementary. The gun was fired into the back of a seat. Now, thankfully, a metal plate stopped that bullet from hurting anybody. Police say the student probably won't face charges, but the same can't be said for the student's mother.
We're exploring those options, so it'll be based basically on the facts of the case that as we uncover them, and of course the elements of the various statutes that may be applicable.
And that student, by the way, is going to remain off campus as police continue their investigation.
Meanwhile, the San Antonio ISD board unanimously voted to file for an exemption from a state law that requires an armed security officer on every campus. The board member claims a lack of funding and personnel is what's preventing them from staffing every campus with an armed officer. The district's police chief says his team of 58 officers is spread thin and the force is short by about 10 officers, but that still wouldn't be enough for every campus. That law goes into effect for every school in Texas on September 1st.
Now let's go to Northeast ISD, which is now accepting applications to fill the seat in single-member District 2. This is after trustee Terry Williams passed away. The Board of Trustees is going to interview applicants at a future board meeting. To be considered for that, you have to live in single-member District 2 now and for the last 6 months. You also can't be convicted of a felony. You also have to be registered to vote. So if you're still interested, you have until Monday, August 28th at 5 p.m. to apply. Good luck.
Okay, police need your help. Have you seen this woman? She is 30-year-old Cassandra Lizette. She has been missing since August 11th. She's about 5'2", has brown eyes and brown hair. She also has a tattoo on her neck that says respect written in cursive. Police say she does have a medical condition. If you know anything that might be able to help out investigators, you're asked to call SAPD's missing persons number. It's on your screen there, 210-207-7660.
Hundreds of cats and dogs are euthanized in San Antonio every month. But those 2 dogs that you see on your screen were put to sleep, but they didn't have to be. Euthanasia is oftentimes the very last option for the city's animal care services for animals who have nowhere to go. Now, Bandito and Babe were 2 dogs that had holds on them to keep them from being put down. Stacy Walker's group had tagged Bandito.
And then I get a call from ACS that our dog had been euthanized. And as much as I'd like to be angry, because many times I am, I really just wanted to cry.
We spoke with ACS Director Shannon Sims, who says that what happened is not a common mistake. She blames a communication breakdown for those dogs being euthanized.
The word either didn't get to the specialist or the specialist didn't clearly review the notes. That's the part that we're currently investigating.
So the dogs' deaths also come amid a controversial change to the department's euthanization procedure, and then the change was reversed. Now, Sims told us earlier in the day that Babe and Bandito's deaths were not related to that new procedure, which held a harder line on how late the holds could be placed. However, records provided by Walker show that Bandito's hold came right after the city typically starts its euthanizations.
COVID cases continue to rise in Bexar County. Metro Health updating its weekly numbers this afternoon. Here's what it shows: an increase of 1,965 cases over the last week. Those cases have increased for 7 consecutive weeks now, dating back to late June into early July. No new deaths were reported over the past week. A federal judge in Austin is asking the state of Texas and the Department of Justice for written closing arguments by the end of the week so he can make a decision on those border buoys floating on the Rio Grande.
Now, Texas placed those buoys in the river last month as part of Operation Lone Star. We've talked about it. The buoys raised humanitarian and diplomatic concerns, and the DOJ then sued Texas. They want them removed. Now, the judge would like to make a decision soon after he gets those written arguments later on this week. So back here at home, yes, we did get some rain today, but this summer heat has been relentless.
Nice break today. The dry soil, though, has led to a number of water main breaks in the city this summer. Just last night on the Night Beat, we showed you this Judson ISD school bus that got stuck in the ground because of a water main break.
Now, Mayor Ron Nirenberg joined us today for our KSAT Q&A on the news at 6, and we asked him about the challenges that San Antonio water system is facing.
Are a 300-year-old city, and so a lot of those pipes that are underground are very, very old. As you would expect, the number of calls for damaged pipes or main breaks, things like that, have gone up significantly. And as a result of the drought and now rain that potentially could shift those soils again, we expect more.
So we do know that SAWS is busy. You can see that those are the number of active leaks across the city. SAWS says that its crews are working around the clock to fix those leaks. Right now, there are 6 priority 1 leaks.
Time now for your Night Beat News Flash. A look at some of the day's big headlines. The first Republican presidential candidate debate is less than 24 hours away. And a familiar face for Texas won't be there to participate. Former U.S. Representative Will Hurd's poll performance not quite enough to qualify for the debate. Republican frontrunner and former President Donald Trump did qualify, but announced he won't be participating because, quote, the public knows who I am, end quote. The Teamsters Union and UPS have reached a new deal, putting an end to the threat of 340,000 UPS workers going on strike. More than 85% of the union voted in favor of that new 5-year contract. The Teamsters president is calling the deal the best contract in the history of the UPS and will expire on August 1st, 2028. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash. All right, are you ready for this year's Pigskin Classic? It is the weekend that we've all been waiting for, and one superfan is coming all the way from Houston to see his team play in the Alamo Dome. Why he says it's worth the trip. It is a big week around here. The second KSAT Pigskin Classic just a few days away now, and the hype and buzz are growing.
So that's not just happening here locally. The high school football hype made it all the way up to Houston.
The night team's John Paul Barajas introduces us to a Somerset super fan who got himself a sweet ticket for Saturday's game.
This is me right here, number 67. Can you see?
Good, man. You look
everybody
good.
there. One of our claims to fame is I think our average weight was 140 pounds.
A lot about Texas high school football has changed over the years, but one thing that remains the same is the love for the game. And that's true for Douglas Kurz, whose roots run deep in Somerset.
My family's been in and around Somerset, Texas for over 100 years. My wife and I both went to school there, graduated there. She in 1970, me in 72.
Kurz was a part of the 1971-72 team that brought Somerset a district title behind late legendary coach Sonny Detmer. Sonny's son, Coy, will be calling the plays for the Bulldogs during this year's KSAT Pigskin Classic.
We rented a suite. We got the old teams getting together to come root for Coy and the guys.
Kurz and his wife now live in Houston, but they'll travel to the Alamo Dome this weekend to watch their Bulldogs take on Southside.
One of my managers, I have an office in operation in San Antonio as well. His son, and he went to Judson. So he was telling me about last year how exciting it was.
But nothing like Texas football.
The inaugural KSAT Pigskin Classic did not disappoint. All 3 games were decided by 3 points or less. This year, 8 teams will play in 4 games.
I can't imagine what it's like to play on a professional level field.
And Kurz is looking forward to seeing Somerset play under the bright lights. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Somerset will take on Southside in what will be the first of our triple header on Saturday. Kickoff set for 11:30 this Saturday at the Alamo Dome.
So much going on. And if you haven't gotten your tickets yet for this year's KSAT Pigskin Classic, what are you waiting for? They're on sale right now. Just scan that QR code to see all of your ticket options. Again, it kicks off on the 25th, followed by our triple header on the 26th. So you get 4 games this weekend.
You can also do some good while you're enjoying those games. Our KSAT community team will be at the Dome this weekend for the Pigskin Classic. They'll be collecting donations for the San Antonio Food Bank during all 4 of those games. Just scan that code on your screen right now to make a donation, or head over to ksat.com to see a full list of all those items the food bank says they need the most.
A lot of people are gearing up for this, especially our own meteorologist, Adam Caskey. Wait, first we're going to tell you about this. 78 degrees out there right now. What a relief. But you also got something brewing, Adam.
Oh, I do. We've stepped it up a notch from last season at
Yes.
the KSAT Pigskin Classic. Y'all ready for this? Oh, yeah, a new and improved T-shirt cannon. Canyon de Casquiron is back. I can launch 7 T-shirts at a time. I can even hit those big screens, those Jumbotron screens in the corners of the Alamo Dome from the field. I can get it into the suites.
You're going to be doing that a lot.
They got me hundreds of shirts per game.
The KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Hundreds of shirts per game they got me. This is going to be good. Okay, let's get a look at radar. Some lingering showers left over, especially along the Rio Grande. Valverde County now really cashing in, seeing most of the rain and really the last push of shower and thunderstorm activity. Not much for thunder, mainly just some good soaking, much needed rainfall as you look there. A few lingering showers in Atascosa County south of Pleasanton. This is what I'm talking about when I mean a few stray showers popping up here and there for the rest of the night. It's going to be highly isolated in nature. Let's talk about rainfall accumulations. As usual, not equal opportunity. In San Antonio and Bexar County, south of downtown, south of Highway 90, only about 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch. But you get farther to the north, Chavano Park, 1.3. Even parts of Stone Oak, nearly 0.8 inches. Northwest side of town, near Helotes, 1.5 inches estimated by the Doppler radar. Where the rain was more persistent and consistent today, look at this, nearly 4 to 5 inches of rain from Uvalde down to Crystal City, Carrizo Springs, over toward Eagle Pass. Anywhere you see yellow on the screen is a minimum of 2 inches, and the reds are closer to 4 inches and above. But the real sweet spot was just west of Corpus Christi. 6-7 inches in this streak of red and purple just northwest of Corpus Christi from Tropical Storm Harold that made landfall around 10 a.m. Padre Island National Seashore. Obviously, we all needed the rain. Here's a look at the radar throughout the day today, and you see that swirling tropical storm moving inland, just spreading this much needed rainfall across parts of south and central Texas. Now, yes, I agree. I wish it was a little more for us, and I wish we had more of the main rain shield hit parts of the hill country in the exceptional drought. This is a good start. It's better than nothing, and it's going to bring some relief to parts of West Texas. Beautiful Alpine, Fort Stockton, Fort Davis. They're going to see the leftovers of this system as it moves through West Texas. Even Big Bend National Park getting some needed moisture, so it's nice to see that. And that's just through tonight and into tomorrow. Under 100 today, 91 degrees the high temperature. The average, by the way, 96. Now, that was for our area. You go to the north, where they had sunshine, triple digits. Dallas, 103. Wichita Falls today was 107. Even Austin made it to 100. Junction, 97. But where we had the rain and the clouds, we were in the 80s and low 90s. Right now, 76 in Uvalde, 79 in San Antonio, Kerrville at 75. Fairly refreshing compared to what we're used to. Helotes 77, Bernie Stage right now at 75 degrees. So mostly we're in the 70s, and tomorrow we'll start the day at 77. A mixture of sun and clouds, and I think that little extra cloud cover will keep us below 100 for the second day in a row. Mind blowing, right? We had 23 straight days of 100 degrees and 56 total. We get a break for two days, but barely. 98 the high temperature tomorrow here in town. Eagle Pass, Del Rio, 92 for highs. The clouds are going to linger a bit longer, but you go east of town when the sun breaks out sooner. Seguin, Geronimo at 100 for the high. Hey, an isolated pop-up shower possible tomorrow afternoon, only 10%. But then starting Friday, all the way through the weekend and next week, just some random stray pop-up afternoon showers. That's also triple digits are back starting Thursday.
All right, Adam, thank you.
All right, Mary, college football is so big now, we don't have week 1, we have week 0.
That's right. A lot of football and 7 games this upcoming Saturday, which is very exciting. And yes, it's all begun. We're officially in week 0, so we'll have storylines for you out of UTSA, Texas A&M, and Texas. Plus, Mike McCarthy has seen it before. Injuries plague his team before the start of the season. Coming up.
I know a lot of people have questioned your abilities and, whether or not you can still reach that pinnacle. I'm curious how you...
People always doubt you. As an athlete, you're doubted every day.
Yeah.
Every team out there is the same way. People doubt you, makes it fun. That's what competition's about. I don't worry what people think. I know what we can do and how we can have it and where we try to go to. And every coach is, listen, you're on a daily basis. It's what you do for me lately and everything you do. Every coach in the country is like that. If you slip up one time, it is what it is, and that's why that's part of the business you like.
Jimbo Fisher's Texas A&M Aggies are coming off of an abysmal 5-7 season. People are talking, but Jimbo is unfazed. It's time for Big Board Sports. The college football season has entered week 0. 7 FBS games are on the slate this Saturday. UTSA opens its season next weekend on the road at Houston, who is now a member of the Big 12. There are endless storylines surrounding the Roadrunners this upcoming season, but none bigger than quarterback Frank Harris embarking on his final go-around with UTSA. It's year 7 for Harris, so naturally, how he prepares for the college football season has evolved.
It's just a process for him. I mean, you know, he's got shoulder issues, knee issues he's dealt with his whole career. And so it's the physical part, and then for him, there's the psychological part of just being grateful every day. And he's a very spiritual kid as well. So those 3 components he's trying to balance every day. And you know, how many reps does he need to get ready? Because he wants to take every one of them. And I'm like, Frank, you don't need to take every rep, man. You've been starting for 3 years now, so just that balance.
The adversity Harris has faced over the years makes all of the recognition he's getting ahead of this season that much sweeter. Jimbo Fisher's Texas A&M football program is less than 2 weeks from its season opener against New Mexico, and Coach Fisher insists the QB competition is still alive between former 5-star recruit sophomore Connor Wegman and veteran southpaw Max Johnson. Both had memorable moments during last year's campaign. Fisher said he's very pleased with both guys. The Texas Longhorns boast the highest ranking of any other Big 12 program in the preseason AP poll, and in their final year in the conference, they're favorites to win it. The Longhorns are also 11 days away from kicking off their 2023 campaign, and head coach Steve Sarkisian is happy with the overall health of the team after 2 scrimmages and over 2 weeks of camp. This Saturday, the Longhorns are holding a mock game, and Sarkisian said by then we'll generally know the team's starters for the upcoming season.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
The Dallas Cowboys are in a tough position right now. 2 of its promising rookies suffered season-ending injuries on Saturday against the Seattle Seahawks. With week 3 of the NFL preseason looming, Dallas has to decide if risking injury is worth finishing out its player evaluation process.
It's really, risk assessment. I mean, there's pros and cons of playing them. There's pros and cons of not playing them. There's pros and cons of practicing against another team. There's pros and cons of not. So, I mean, just understanding how it all fits together.
The Cowboys host Las Vegas on Saturday at AT&T Stadium for their last preseason game. Then it's time for final roster cuts, where Dallas's roster will go from 90 to 53. After the break, we have Major League Baseball. We're back, and it's time to talk Major League Baseball. The Houston Astros opened up their 4-game series with Boston at home with a win last night. Tonight in Game 2, the Astros take a 2-0 series lead with the 7-3 final. Out west in Arizona, the AL West leading Texas Rangers taking on the Diamondbacks in Game 2 of their series. Arizona is ahead of 5-1 right now in the middle of the 6th, and this race for the top of the division is crazy because when Texas is doing bad, then the Astros mimic them. So who's going to get on a hot streak at the right time? I don't know.
They're both doing better than my Guardians, I'll tell you that.
That's right.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Giving the old thumbs up to the rain today.
Best picture of the day.
It is a picture of the day. It really captures the essence of what we've been waiting for, with all the brown grass in the background and more kids enjoying it. Hey, playing it while you can. This is an inch on the north side of town, and this is Natalia, about an inch that fell. 1 1/4 here, just outside of Seguin, east of town. Wonderful. Just 20% chances every afternoon Friday into next week.
All right. Well, at least we got some today. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.
Good night.